So, in this session we are going to write factorial of n in Bash shell script using functions. So, up to now we did not discuss about functions in the Bash script. Through this simple factorial example we can know the how to use the functions also in Bash script. So, nano factorial function dot sh. So, first I need to write hashbang slash bin slash bash. So, this program is calculate factorial of n using functions. So, first we would like to how to create a function in Bash script and how to call it. So, function is the reserved word in Bash. At the same time factorial, I am giving the function name. Factorial is the function name. These open close brackets are optional here, you can use and you can avoid also, and this is the simple function definition, and you can call the function by using factorial. If you want to pass any arguments, you can pass it from here. For example, I want to find the factorial 23, it is argument 1. You can use inside the function, the first argument is $1, the second argument is $2, so the third argument is $3, like this. So, arguments we can use, for example, if 24, so 24 represents $2, so 35 are given, so 35 represents $3, like this the arguments I can pass when the calling the function. So, right now I would like to calculate the factorial of 20, that is why I only required the $1 value, so other things are not required for us. So, $1 represents the first argument of the function call. So, I need to write simply a factorial by using simply for loop, the product of n numbers. Factorial is nothing but, so for example, n factorial is simply nothing but like 1 into 2 into etc. into n. So, I would like to obtain this by using simple for loop. I am writing for loop C like syntax, initial value I am taking 1 and I less than or equal to, I want to run this for loop up to n. So, I am passing through factorial 20. So, it is represents $1 and I plus plus, it is the beginning, do and done. Now, so I want to each iteration I will maintain the product value or fact value. So, I am initially taking the fact equal to 1. So, inside I am using fact is equal to calculate the evaluation of fact into I. So, now the final fact value will be stored in fact variable. So, once the loop is completed, so simply if you want to return, you can return it. So, by using return $fact. So, input I taken from this 20 as $1 and this returned fact I can store after calling the factorial function. So, I need to store this returned value in some variable like result. I am using result is equal to $? So, returned value can be received by using $? And simply I can print echo the factorial value is, so $result. Simply this is a function definition, function is the reserved word here, factorial is the function name, and I simply used some for loop and return fact variable. So this 20 is considered as $1. Once my calculation is completed, I am returning $fact. This returned value I can catch by using some variable. So the returned value is denoted with $question mark. This is by default. I am not giving this. $question mark is nothing but function returned value. So simply I am trying to execute this function. Here the factorial actually calculated the value, but it is unable to return. The problem is in boss script maximum return value is 255 only. So I cannot return, but I can print this. I can simply print here the factorial value is $fact. So it can be printed, but it cannot be returned. The drawback is it can return the maximum number of 255 only. So this is the actual factorial number it is calculated, but I try to return this number from the function. So it is the problem. So we need to remember that if the value is less than 255, you can return and you can use it. If the value is greater than the 255, then you can't return it. So this is the important thing in the boss functions we need to remember. So here I am doing some changes in the function. So I don't want to return this value, so I am not printing here. So here also I am not returning. So this is the simple code of factorial without return.